All right, we got a bonus video for you guys. The garage is looking extra spicy right now. We have all the cars clean and laid out. And in case some of you guys are new to the channel, I figured I'd bring you up to speed and we'll do a full car tour today and we'll go through each build one by one in case you're not familiar. So without further ado, let's get started. All right, so kicking things off, we have my personal G80 M3. We just finished this build on the channel maybe 2 or 3 months ago. We've got the full Adro carbon fiber narrow body kit on this car. Rotiform wheels. I think one of my favorite things about this car is that it is the 6-speed manual and it has the amazing sport seats. The seats are so epic, and honestly, it's such an easy manual to drive. I've been so thoroughly impressed with this car. It's just like the perfect daily in my opinion. We've got an AWE catback exhaust that sounds amazing, and I think this car may end up at SEMA this year, so I have kind of a phase 2 build that I'm working on right now. So you guys may see more of this car in the near future. Moving on to one of the most recent builds. This is Quinn's daily driver, which now has an Edelbrock Stage 2 supercharger. So we kind of surprised him with the supercharger. He knew that we were doing a build on his car, kind of a basic build, and then we kind of took it to that next level with the supercharger. So I think this car makes over 650 horsepower now. All new Morimoto lighting, American Racing wheels, Falcon tires. We've got an AWE exhaust system on this car as well. Anderson composites all around. And one of my favorite mods is the clear taillights. These are from Morimoto, and I've yet to be in this car, but from what Quinn says, it's absolutely amazing, and I know he's loving it. Moving on, we've got Ricky's beautiful R8. So we did this build, man, it's been probably 2 years, I think right after Ricky got it, and it still looks awesome. A bunch of APR carbon fiber stuff. He's got the Rohana wheels on it. Ricky Styles brake calipers in the fluorescent yellow. I know it's a really hard finish to do, and surprisingly, it's not even faded at all. So for being on there for 2 years, it's pretty solid. So good job, Ricky. And then I think one of the coolest things, which is very rare on these cars, is to see the gated manual transmission. So I've driven this car once or twice and it is awesome. So if you ever get the opportunity to drive a gated manual R8, please do so. It's awesome. It's one of my favorite cars, and Ricky's had this thing for like 2 years. I don't think it's given him really any trouble at all. Of course, you got the monster APR rear wing, and I think this car has a Meister shaft exhaust. It sounds awesome. All right, welcome to the shop. Moving along. This is our Fox Body Mustang. So this past year, we bought this car in Connecticut, sight unseen, built it at Jimmy Oak's shop with him and the boys, and then we road tripped this car from Connecticut to Chicago for the NASCAR street race with Sunoco. And my favorite part is the interior. So the car has, I think, 35,000 miles, pretty much all original. We've got a Sparco steering wheel in here, and we kind of did like basic, clean, OEM plus type mods. So Mickey actually custom grafted this hood, so it's kind of a Japanese style. Underneath, Holley intake manifold, AEM intake, MSD ignition, Optima battery, pretty much stock, but it runs great, it sounds great, it's a ton of fun. And this car used to have a big livery on it. We ended up just taking it off and swapping out the wheels. We did do a 5-lug conversion, BC coils, upgraded the brakes all around. These things back in high school were like the arch nemesis of the tuning community, and driving it now, it's kind of funny because they're really not that fast, but it is fun, and great car, love this car. Moving on to the F355. We saved this car. This car was abandoned and not running for almost 10 years. It was a nice emerald green color, and there had been rats that had chewed everything up. So we completely transformed this car. We got it running. Quinn did the engine out service. Then we had the boys at SOS Customs paint it white. We did the Liberty Walk wide body kit, rotiform wheels, all that. And then we had our friend Misha Dori come and spray paint the whole car, and then we brought it to Miami. So this car has been through a lot, has seen a lot. After that event in Miami, we ended up bringing it back to SOS Customs, and they repainted the car. So now it is perfect. It is perfectly white. The interior has this Tiffany blue. It's so wild. It's so much fun. The exhaust, amazing. Morimoto taillights on this car. So that's pretty much it. It's a street legal car. It drives great. Some of the boys take this thing out to the Cars and Coffees and stuff. It's fun. Here it is, our 2003 Lightning Yellow Evo. This car is our current sweepstakes car. We're giving this car away at the end of the month. Shameless plug, don't miss out on this thing. It is almost a brand new Evo. We did a nice, tasteful mods, very simple. BC coils, Motegi wheels, redid all the brakes. Interior is 100% stock. Never modified. It even has the factory radio, factory shift knob. Underneath the hood, once again, pretty much 100% stock. So no engine mods. This thing will pass smog with flying colors. Cusco bracing, repainted engine bay components, and it drives so nicely. It is ready for someone to take over the ownership of this thing, and I'm gonna miss it. I really, really have gotten to love kind of this car in its stock form. You know, we have a lot of crazy modified cars here, and it's nice to kind of just get in and drive and not have to worry about it. Moving along to our 98 Eclipse GSX. This car we debuted at SEMA, I think it was 2020 with Meguiar's. This is really one of the first builds that I think almost everything was redone on it. So starting with under the hood, this is a fully built 4G63, so Quinn built this engine. The car made it 530 at the wheels, and this is an all-wheel drive version of the Eclipse, so factory GSX. And this was our take on if Fast and the Furious was made today, that we think that this car would fit the bill, as opposed to in the movie where it was a front-wheel drive, naturally aspirated car. We figured Paul Walker would want to drive something all-wheel drive. So we've got a Carbonetics wide-body kit. It's on air suspension. Motegi forged wheels, Willwood brake kit. We've got a massive APR wing. And then if you kind of peek in here, we have two giant NOS bottles. One is nitrous, and then the other one is actually converted to our tank for our air suspension. So it's kind of cool. I don't think I've seen anyone do that yet, or even since then, and it functions great. Let's go to the inside real quick. A couple really cool things on the inside here. So kind of paying homage to the original movie. We've got the NOS 1, NOS 2. This car has a KDN shifter and the staging brake. So the shifter feels like a bolt action rifle. It's so awesome. Sparco seats, the leather and suede. I mean, this car is really special, I think, to the brand. And I don't think we'll ever get rid of this one. So really fun. I'm hoping we can get this thing out to more events and track days this year. But yeah, if there's any events and stuff you guys want to see us bring this car to, let us know in the comment section. Let's move on to the Supra. So this right here is our 1994 Toyota Supra. Believe it or not, we got this car from a BMW dealership. It was a trade-in. So someone traded in this Supra, which was an original turbo car, 6-speed manual V160 car, for a BMW, which is kind of surprising. And then from that point, it pretty much got completely stripped. All right, here we have the 2JZ. So this one we also built in-house. Quinn built this engine here. This car made 1096 at the wheels, which is really impressive. It was the most powerful car that we've ever built here, the most powerful engine, and it's an absolute beast. I mean, the turbo on this car is massive. We got a huge Garrett turbo, massive injectors, Plasma Man stuff everywhere, Brian Crowler internals. I mean, this engine has been very robust for us. And this car debuted at the Meguiar's booth in 2021 at SEMA. So since then, we've done quite a bit of drag racing and some track racing with it. We've got multiple sets of wheels on this thing. So this is like the street setup right now. It's 18s all around. We've got some Hoosier kind of drag racing slicks in the back. Massive APR wing, of course, the two nitrous bottles. And on the inside, we've got some Recaro podium seats. We have a 6XD sequential manual transmission. So you've got a little gauge here that shows what gear you're in. This car is an absolute monster. Haltech ECU, I mean, pretty much everything has been done to this car, and it is crazy. And it sounds freaking epic. So let's go ahead and insert a little two-step footage right there. All right, moving along to one of the newer builds. You guys just saw us get this thing back in action. So this car actually belongs to a friend of ours. It's been sitting 10 years. It had not run. Everything was disassembled. It was very dusty and dirty. And in a matter of like 2 or 3 days, the guys got this car running. It had the craziest, nastiest fuel pump in it with rancid gas that had been sitting there for 10 years. So it's a bit of a challenge to get it to run, but now it's all back together and it is ready to go. So it's actually leaving tomorrow, shipping it back off to our friend, and they'll be able to enjoy it. So we've got a new set of Motegi Battles on here, new tires, all new fluids. The SR20 sounds great. We were a little bit worried that the motor was going to be seized up or something wasn't going to work, and thankfully everything is clean and everything is working. So this car does have a Vertex molded body kit, and surprisingly, for being molded for a very long time, I think one of the only defects on it is a little tiny bit of bubbling through the paint in just a couple spots, but overall really clean, super nice. I wish we got these cars in the States, but it's cool because now they're starting to come over more and more now that they are legal. So let's move on to one of my favorite builds here. This is our Hellcat Red Eye Swap Dodge Viper. So we've competed a couple years in a row at Motor Trend's Roadkill Nights. They challenged us essentially to take any Dodge chassis and put a Hellcat Red Eye in it. So we did that. The first year, the car did awesome, and it was a manual car, but it was kind of crazy and it was a little bit unmanageable. So last year, we ended up kind of doing a V2 of this car. We put in a Power Glide. We put in 150 shot of nitrous. So this thing's about 1,000 horsepower as well. Big drag slicks on the back. Kind of did this whole V2 livery, satin black, like really menacing looking. And we ended up getting second place. So we almost won Roadkill Nights. Really good competition. It was a ton of fun. Ricky and Quinn did an awesome job racing this thing. And you know, at this point now, I'm not really sure what we're gonna do with it. Maybe we should take it to some more drag racing events. I'm not sure, but it is a beast, and it is the loudest car that we have here in the shop. So if you start this thing up, it literally causes everyone in the shop to stop working, everyone in the office to stop working, because it just is crazy, crazy loud. And I want to give a massive thank you to our partners at WD-40. So without them, a lot of this stuff would not be possible. You've seen us use a lot of WD-40 brand products over the years, most recently on Dream Build 8. We love the original WD-40 formula for those routine uses, and we especially love the Specialist line for those heavy-duty projects. We're always reaching for the WD-40 penetrant for rusty bolts, degreaser Easy Pods for cleaning engines, and the gel lube for seat sliders. And of course, they keep us fully stocked up with all of the penetrants, all of the lubricants, everything that you can think of that you would need to help remove rusty, crusty bolts or bolts that are seized and stuck on. We trust WD-40 with all of that. They have never let us down, and I just want to say thank you for being an awesome supporter and an awesome partner to Throtl. The Freak. So a lot of you guys, if you're an OG to the channel, this has been a passion project of Mickey and everyone here, honestly. But this started off as a 98 Honda Civic DX. I think it had a B series swap at the time. Ripped that stuff out. Now it has a K series in it with a turbocharger, and it's converted to rear wheel drive. So this thing is a handful. It makes about 530 horsepower. And unfortunately, we don't have a big enough tire on this thing. So we did a wide body kit last year on it. And I think we have a 245 or 265 tire on this thing, 245. And unfortunately still not enough. With 500 plus horsepower, it spins the tires so crazy. We even have to turn the boost down just to run off the wastegate spring, just to be able to make it a little bit more manageable. But our friend David Patterson drove it to the track. I think he was spinning all the way down into third or fourth gear. Really cool car. The chassis still needs a little bit more development. We're hoping to bring this thing out to the tracks in a couple weeks. But it looks badass, super cool, and it's definitely a eye turner if you see it. All right, the $300 ZX. It is no longer $300. It is a lot more than that. This car is a 2+2. We bought this car for 300 bucks. It pretty much had nothing inside and outside, completely stripped. Now it has a beautiful Bayside blue paint job. The interior's been completely redone. So the boys pretty much had to source everything from the interior individually because we literally had nothing. But love the new Sparco stuff, love all the leather, the suede. It really feels nice and cozy and nice in there. But I think kind of the star of the show for this one, something a little bit outside the box, is we ended up swapping in an SR20 DET. So this is another motor that Quinn built here. fully built SR20 DET. We went to the dyno once, it made 470, but we ran out of injector. But we've got a new set of injectors from Works that are here, and this car is gonna be going back to the dyno, and we're shooting for 600 to 650 horsepower at the wheels, which in this car should be plenty. And what's cool about it is going from a V6 to a 4-cylinder, you have a lot more room. You can really service this thing, which is cool. Nice Garrett turbo, Greddy parts on this thing, really, really sick. And I think just the paint job and the stance of this thing is just really, really cool and a little bit different maybe than what we're normally doing here. So this is kind of more of that stancy build. It's got a really aggressive wheel setup, a little bit of tilty camber action in the back. Last but not least, Quinn's FDRX7 drift car. So this was a project that we helped Quinn kind of immortalize. He had been working on this car at his house for a long time. He did all the mechanical stuff, but when we got it here in the shop, it was really rough from a visual appearance. So the whole team got together. We thought it'd be kind of cool and kind of a cool tribute to make it like Dom's RX-7 from the original Fast and Furious, but as an actual drift car. So some nice TSW wheels, Willwood brakes, it's got a hydro in there from Chase Bays, of course the iconic livery. So this car also is gonna be going the track really soon. But as I said earlier, like if you guys have some cool events that you want us to come out to, please be vocal in the comment section down below. We're really trying to get out to the track and get out to events more. So we'd love to hear from you guys. Where do you think we should go? So I think that's it. There's a couple other secret projects that we have that you guys will see being introduced to the channel. But that's what we've done in the last couple years. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, please leave us a big thumbs up. Thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.